There it is, the red light. Texting. I'm sorry, texting. 1269er. We are back. What the hell is that? We are back in the mid-sack. It is great to be home. It is great to be back with my partner from a not so adjacent mother. Actually, she is adjacent. She's in Fredericksburg, right? Yeah, not too far away. The redoubtable Tom Izzo in his triumphant return. Welcome back, homie. Missed you.
It's good to have you back.
It's good. It's you know, the one thing about look, there are things I'll always miss about there, but right around day 7, 8, 9, I'm ready to come back. I'm ready because then I start hearing things like, "Now I know why I don't." I'll always love it there. Always have a place in my heart. This is home. Home is here. Home is at this bar.
You're saying this is home.
This is home. Home is where you hang your hat, man. The one thing Daniel Larusso ever got right in his entire sorry acting career was home is where you hang your hat. And if you can guess what movie he said that in,
He loves us.
I'll buy you a beer.
He
Okay?
loves us.
So anyway.
It's great to have you back.
It's great to be back with my brother, man.
Yes.
This is going to be great. So listen, oh man, so much has happened. The Mets are on a roll, 6 in a row. I think we're going to have a feel good tonight. It could be the feel good.
It's going to be a feel good piece.
And we need the feel good because if you notice what's behind me, today was also a very sad day in my neck of the woods. The NBA, the world lost a legend today, and we are going to have a piece on him later on. RPI, William Fenton Russell. I was telling Tom about
Did you
something.
mean RIP?
RPI, well, Godspeed. Okay? Wherever you're going to, I hope it's fast. I hope it's better, and you deserve it.
RPI, is that like strength of schedule?
RPI.
Isn't that a rating?
RPI is like strength of schedule.
In college basketball.
Yes, RPI ranking.
75 RPI. What is RIP
to William Fenton Russell. You have no idea the impact you had on my life, and we will discuss that later. It's a sad day. But maybe not. We can celebrate the man. My father. Well, we are going to celebrate the man. That's what I'm trying to get. My father said to me, "Look, people only die in vain if you don't understand what they were all about in the first place." This man had a footprint that went well beyond his playing career. Which, if we want to talk about winner, it starts with Bill Russell. Okay, and we will get into that later. And again, there will be facts to back that up. In any event,
and I mean, the thing is, the man. Now, I didn't know him.
No.
Sure did seem like he lived a full life.
Oh, he did.
So I think when you live a full life, that's when death is at least like you can deal with it.
No, you can't.
You know, when somebody lives a full life, it's like it sucks they're gone, but damn,
he lived.
Yeah.
Or she lived, or they at least. Hey, you know what? They left it all on the. They left it all on the table. Left it all on the court. And in the case of Bill Russell, not only did he leave it on the court, he left it everywhere he went.
Left it all on the earth.
I was telling Tom about some things he did about the civil rights and with Muhammad Ali and Jim Brown off the air, and he didn't know some of this stuff, so his eyes are gonna pop tonight on some things. He's gonna
I'm gonna have popping eyes.
Popping eyes, and that's with after he talks about the Mets, which is eyes popping. So we're gonna start with the feel good. Feel good Tommy isn't easy. I'll take any Tommy back. I don't care, but the feel good Tommy's my favorite because that means there's hope. There's a gleam. There's a gleam in his eye. So we're going to start with the Mets, who won again today. So it's 6 in a row, right?
6 in a row. That's correct. I will tell you, RJ. So since you've been gone, I've turned over a complete new leaf.
He does this every time I go. Okay. I swear to God, I can't go to the men's room. What did you do?
Is
it good?
He was cheating on me for a week.
I was.
So I had to better myself. I had to turn over a new leaf. I had to become more attractive to this person. Okay. So you know how it goes.
I'm going.
Okay, so here's how it started. He left. Okay.
I didn't leave. You made it sound like I packed up and moved away.
He was gone. Okay.
I went on vacation.
I thought he was never coming back.
Oh, that's
okay. I'm just playing. So tomorrow marks 3 weeks I haven't had a cigarette.
Holy shit.
Boom. Okay. So that is leaf number 1.
That's awesome.
Leaf number
3
2.
weeks.
3 weeks. Leaf number 2.
Okay.
I did a cleanse on Monday.
Yes.
Legit cleanse, water only.
Nice.
Crushed it. Maybe add some celery.
Oh, that's all right. That's allowed.
Leaf number 3. I've said goodbye to misery.
I've said goodbye to misery. Is this thing on?
It is.
This is.
I've said goodbye to misery.
You heard this.
So
you said goodbye to misery.
I've said goodbye. So
for how long?
Last Saturday. I don't know. One day at a time.
You sure thought until I see you again?
You're seeing me. Okay, here's the thing. I started posting a positive Mets thought of the day on TikTok.
Yes. I saw the first couple.
Because I was starting to go negative. The Mets lost their first game out of the All-Star break, and I was starting to go negative. Okay, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to post a positive quote of the day.
Okay, well, that's all right.
So,
Okay.
in the mornings I've been walking and then sharing my positive Mets quote of the day.
Okay.
And at first they started off negative with a positive thought at the end, but now,
Okay.
of course, they beat the Yankees twice. They've won 6 in a row.
They beat
it's
the
easy
Yankees
to be
twice,
positive.
and it's funny. He was over last night, and he said, "You haven't brought up the Mets Yankees."
Yeah, you didn't.
And the reason I didn't want to do it then is I want to do it here, okay? Because to me, I don't want 5 people to hear it. I want everybody to hear it. Listen, here's the thing: these teams are gearing up for their.
Did you watch either one of those games?
I caught the second, the 4th through 7th innings of the first game.
Okay,
I didn't catch.
That was a good game.
It was a good game. That's why, and then, but I didn't see it at any of the second one.
They were actually both pretty good games.
From what I saw, from what I heard, they were. But my thing is this: this is what the Mets did proves what I've always stood by. Okay, is that talent will only take you so far. The most talented team doesn't always win.
That's true.
And the thing about 7-game series is, in most sports, usually it comes. Talent rises to the top at the end. But that doesn't always happen because talent alone is not enough. And if the other team is smarter, more disciplined, okay, in the case of baseball, they're hitting with 2 outs, they're getting runners in scoring position, they're manufacturing runs. It's not just the fence or nothing, okay, which is what the Mets did to the Yankees twice. That speaks volumes about October. Because a team that knows how to do that now has a chance. And I'm not talking about puncher's chance. They have a legit chance in October. Because that's how teams win in October.
Well, because when you face good pitching, that's the approach you need.
Yes. Yeah. And we know the Yankees can pitch, and the Mets did exactly what a good team does to another good team. They're like, all right, we're not going to just hit 5 home runs against these guys. No, they're too good. We got to manufacture.
But the Mets actually did hit.
They did hit something.
They hit a few home runs.
They did, which I know the Mets can hit home runs. I'm not saying they're not devoid of power. No, they certainly have power.
But the other thing I want to acknowledge is the Yankees had Jordan Montgomery pitching and Domingo Germán, which are their back-end starters. And I know that doesn't matter because if the Mets, you know what I mean? Like, if it had happened the other way, I don't think Yankees fans would have been like, oh, well, the Mets didn't have their best starters, so our wins don't count.
I got news for you. If I'm you, I'm hoping the Yankees are thinking that.
Oh, yeah, because then we're going to see them again.
Yeah,
we'll see them again in a few weeks.
The worst thing you can do is even float an idea.
Well,
like
no,
that. Because if your opponent gets wind of it, listen.
Here's what I'm sure the Yankees don't feel like.
No, they're smarter than that.
The Yankees fans. So I listened to New York Sports Talk.
Yes.
So right after the Mets won the second game.
Yeah.
I don't really call it a sweep because it's only 2 games.
No, it's a short series.
But they won both games.
2 is 2.
Yeah.
2 is 2. That counts.
And technically that was a series, but
it
was 2 games. But whatever. So I turned on the Fan, which is New York Sports Talk.
Yep.
Turned it on that night after they won the second game.
Yep.
And the host, his name's Keith McPherson.
Okay.
He was hosting that night. He's a big Yankees fan.
Okay.
And I'd listened to the guy before. He's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But he sounds like a little baby throwing a tantrum. Basically saying the Subway Series is corny. It doesn't mean anything. These games are meaningless. The Yankees didn't need these games. They didn't try to win these games. And I was like, dude, I understand. Those games were more important to the Mets. Only because the Mets have somebody right on their ass. Okay,
Keep going. I know where you're going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So they weren't meaningless to the Yankees. The Yankees wanted to win those games.
Yeah.
But they're also, 10 games ahead of Toronto?
Here's the thing.
Like, I get that. But to sit there and act like you didn't care these were exhibition games.
All right, so the guy, what's this guy's name again?
Keith McPherson, I believe.
All right, here's the thing. And
it was really just a sour grapes.
That's exactly what it was.
Sour
I'm about
grapes.
to prove you right. Because here's the problem. Okay, here's the problem. Okay, it is irresponsible. Okay, and I always say I preface everything with I get fact. I don't float something unless it came from somebody who's in the know, and it better be more than one. One source is not enough for me. Okay, it better be like 3 or 4. I'm not listening to it, and they better all be reputable. The problem with what this guy said, okay, is that this ain't about the division.
Right.
Okay, in baseball, The team with the best record gets home field, right?
You might be right.
Okay, because I know in all the other sports that's what it is. So I'm assuming that because of the other three,
well, remember at one point it was the winner of the All-Star game
would host the World Series.
right?
Okay, that's one thing. I'm not talking
but
about
you're talking
that.
about going through the playoffs.
Yeah,
yeah. You know,
the team
you're
with the
right,
best
you're
team, best record rather,
You're right.
gets home
That's
field.
correct.
That's right. Okay.
That's
Well,
correct.
here's the problem. Okay.
At least until the World Series, and maybe now in
Here's
the
the
World
problem.
Series.
The Houston Astros are only 2.5 games behind the New York Yankees for home field
Don't
throughout the
think
American League.
those games don't mean
So
anything?
when this ass clown, and because honestly, to say something like that, and you, first of all, if you're gonna do a show like this, and you better damn well be looking at the facts. Because if I hear that and I find that there's no, I'm gonna light you up like a Christmas tree. Because honestly, that's bad reporting.
Okay,
it's bad information.
But here's the thing.
It's a bad opinion.
I also have to say, he's an obvious Yankees fan.
That's fine.
So
It sounds like a fan's.
It was a biased
That
take.
sounds like a fan's
Right.
take.
Like
The
it was
problem-
a fan's take,
The
but he
problem
was
is
acting
though,
like it wasn't.
he's not a very knowledgeable fan because the Houston Astros, who we know can
just
beat,
mad.
but who we know can beat the Yankees because they've no hit them twice. Okay, they're only 2.5 games back. Who plays in the tougher division? Houston or New York?
New York by far.
So you can't throw games away when you've got 3 teams in your own division fighting for a playoff spot. They see you. They see red. They don't see blue. They're like, this could be we have to win this game or it might not. We might have a postseason. So the Yankees are going to be coming up against at least 3, 4, because the Red Sox mathematically are not out of it. Mathematically. Okay? So every time they show up in a building, they're coming for blood because that could be their season. The Yankees are going to be playing playoff games for the rest of that, whether they like it or not. And Houston is right there. You ever look at that side mirror?
Well, it's not
objects in mirror are closer than they appear. That would be the Houston Astros to the New York Yankees.
But the Yankees games, I don't think they're as pressure packed as playoff games because they're obviously in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
They're the New York Yankees. I hear this crap about the Dallas Cowboys and it makes me want to puke. Because the Dallas Cowboys are a far cry from the New York Yankees, from the Boston Celtics, from the LA Lakers, from the Montreal Canadiens. Those franchises, when you put on, and now the New England Patriots, the Steelers, the Packers.
Oh, you're saying there's a pressure to
there's an added pressure when you put
on
that
that
uniform because of what that team historical.
Okay,
so if you're putting on a guy who puts on, say, I don't know, the Seattle Mariners is not going to feel the same as when he becomes a Yankee or a Red Sox or a Cardinal or a Dodger. There are historic franchises in every. When you put on the uniform, it means something.
Yeah.
Because when you retire, I would bet this. I don't have any facts on this proof, but I would bet that any of those sports, of those historical franchises exist. Anybody that plays for them, whether it was 1 year or 5 or whatever, okay, is going to brag about. Yeah, I was a Chicago Blackhawk, or I was a Montreal Canadian, or I was a New York Yankee.
As a Washington National.
Yeah, that's not going to have the same ring to it, is it?
Juan Soto's like,
no. I played for the Green Bay Packers. You did? When did you play with that? Are you kidding me? That's a badge of honor. Every athlete. So but you see where I'm going.
I see what you're saying.
So
but I'm also saying okay, so that's always there.
Yeah.
I think
it is.
I don't know that they're playing every game worried about home field. But I get your point, the importance of having home field for playoffs. You're right.
Yeah. I've got news for you. If the Houston Astros get home field over the Yankees,
are gonna struggle.
they're in trouble.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
Okay, and the Yankees know that.
Yeah.
So he's that guy you're talking. I apologize for the ass clown comment. He's not an ass clown. He's a fan. I'm a fan. Right. I get it. Okay.
He was mad.
Okay.
I just didn't like the fact that he should have been open about that.
Because what he should have been was like the Houston Astros are nipping at our heels. You can't lose. But the problem is they're playing another contender. This is not this. The Nationals didn't do this to them. The fucking New York Mets did this to them. The fucking Mets did. The fucking Mets with Max Scherzer and go. That dude's coming back tomorrow, right? The pitcher there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got tomorrow. We got Scherzer,
Yeah.
then DeGrom for the first time of the year.
Yeah.
We're going to the game on Wednesday. We're missing DeGrom by 1 day.
Yeah. Well, you wanted to see more offense anyway, Mr. I hate pitching.
No, I want to see Mets offense. I don't want to see Nats offense.
They're still the Nats.
I don't want to see their offense.
The Mets should still beat them.
without a doubt. But baseball.
I know it's baseball.
Even a great team loses a third of their
yes,
games.
they do. In any given Sunday, look at this happens throughout sports. Yes, you can't take them lightly. But like if the Mets take them seriously, which they should, because Atlanta's right in the Mets are not going to throw away any of these games. They're going to try and win every day.
I agree.
So I don't think we're going to get the Mets' best punch in this series because they need them. The Mets are not going to just waltz in to the nation and just think, oh, we're just going to show up. They're not going to do that.
They're on their
and by the way, their manager is too smart to let that happen.
Well, so
he's not going to he's going to mention this.
Here's the only thing that could mess them up is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They play 5 games against Atlanta. Okay?
That's a big series.
So what they need to do
is it in Atlanta?
I believe it's in New York.
It's all in New York.
I believe.
We'll check. We'll find that out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in New York. But the thing is, like, I don't want them to be looking at look at DC. Think we need to obliterate the Nationals so that we go into that series with as much momentum as we need.
Absolutely, yes.
But the best way to beat the Braves is to focus on the Nationals right now.
Yes, it is.
Do what you have to do over the next 3 days.
Now, by the way, who's Atlanta playing in that? Do you know who they got? I can look.
They
I have
have
the schedule.
2 with Philly.
Well, I have the schedule right here.
So they might be off.
I have it right here. Hold on a second. So this is tomorrow in terms of because we're going up Wednesday.
Yes.
So they're for a 3-game set. So tomorrow, hold on, let me go to Monday.
Yeah, we have Scherzer going.
Goes tomorrow, yeah. So hold on, let me go. All right, so here we go. Here's the schedule. I want Monday. We go August 1st. So tomorrow, where is Atlanta?
I heard they had 2 games with Philly, but maybe it's Tuesday and Wednesday.
Atlanta is off on Monday.
So they got 2 against Philly Tuesday.
They're home for Philly on Tuesday and home on Wednesday. Then you guys come in Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Philly.
Well, no, I think they come to us.
I'm sorry, they go to you.
Yeah, they do. That's in New York.
All right, so they're off Monday. They got 2 games with Philly. Philly's in a playoff race right now. They are. Yeah, so So
Philly just won a game against them. Philly just took 2 out of 3 from them.
Philly is a good team, and they're not to be taken lightly. Yeah. And
I wouldn't say they're a good team.
Are they in the playoff race?
They are, but
are they above 500?
They are.
Are they in your division?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you and Atlanta, they're a good team. If they were not in your division, they might have a better record.
Yeah, but they just have some big holes that are messing with them.
I didn't say great. I said good.
Yeah.
Great teams have very few, if any, holes.
No, you're right.
Good teams still have holes, but their positive is better than their negative. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they got some.
They're a good team. They've beaten Atlanta, so you know they're a good team. So it's not like I'm not blowing smoke.
I don't like giving credit to Philly. Okay, let's just be.
This is. Hey, at least you're being honest.
But
that's part of the beauty of this show.
I was rooting for them last week when they were playing Atlanta.
See, even you have to get in the dance with the devil. Even you got to get in bed.
Phillies came back on Atlanta one night. Phillies were down 1 or 2, hit a 3-run bomb in the.
And you had to be happy.
Oh, I was loving it.
Yeah,
I was loving it.
I told you, shameless clowns.
I want to win.
I said I will take the. I'll take the. What do I say? What do I call it? For the victory, I'll take the goat. Whatever you want to call it. If you not the goat. What were we saying?
Eat crow.
Eat crow. The crow in. I'll take the crow.
I'll take the crow with the W.
I'll take the crow with the W. I'll happily eat the crow.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, shameless. Sorry, I hit the camera. Just shameless. So anyway, so the Mets. We're gonna go up and see the Mets on Wednesday. That'll be cool.
That's gonna be fun.
We'll have a post game on Thursday night about that because we're going to be back. We'll be overnight, so we're not going to be broadcasting Wednesday night.
Well, it depends. I mean, if everybody falls asleep, maybe we could do it in one of the hotel rooms.
I'll bring if you
bring
think,
it just in case.
I'll bring it. You never know. Look at me.
Although we'll probably be a shell of ourselves.
I'm saying we might be a nasty mess. This might not. It might be. Well, you know what? We'll play it by ear.
But I really feel like the Mets
play it on Thursday.
Mets are going to take care of business.
They should.
Mets are going to take care of
I think they're going to come ready because they know they've got to have a. And there's a chance. By the way, there's a chance they can extend their lead because Philly's going to play Houston. Atlanta tough.
Yeah, and tomorrow Atlanta doesn't play.
Yeah,
Philly. So that's a chance to gain a half game.
If you win, the Mets are in this for the short and the long game. And honestly, here's the thing that can help them because the Yankees, the AL East is over. So you have to find things to keep you sharp. The Mets don't have that problem because Atlanta's right there.
All over.
Yeah, so the Mets can't think, and this could bode well for them because they're going to be in that mode all the way to the end, basically.
They had 19 hits today.
I did not.
It was against the Marlins, and the Marlins.
19 hits is 19.
The Marlins
hits,
are depleted right now. They got a few guys out.
19 hits is 19 hits.
They beat Sandy Alcantara on Friday, who came in 8-4 with a 1.8 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a monster, and they beat him.
19 hits is 19 hits.
That's right.
That's right. You can. That's Major League Pitching. I don't care. The guys on the show. Yeah. If you're in the show, that's not. Yeah.
So this will be the first time we get to see Scherzer and DeGrom pitch back to back.
That's going to be interesting.
This is what we've been waiting for all year.
Yes, it is.
When they signed Scherzer, that was the big deal. And you know what I love about the signing of Scherzer?
What's that?
Scherzer didn't want to come to New York.
Well, because he had to see, and now he loves it all.
No, this is what I love about it. Normally, I think I would take that personal.
Yeah.
But it's like, he didn't want to come to New York, and we went to him and said, no, we're building something.
Yeah.
And you're a part of it.
Yeah.
How much money do you want?
Yeah. Well, that's what you got to do.
And he was like, well, I guess I'll take about
50 million.
120 million over 3 years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
130 million. But I think that's awesome. Like, we knew we needed him, and we were just like, all right, this is as much, how much do you want us to pay you?
Sure.
And he was like, yeah, I'll come there for that, and I'll fucking... And he's probably the most competitive person on the team.
Nick Scherzer there's a reason why that guy, Mad Max.
He's a madman.
Beyond Thunderdome.
When he's on the mound pitching, it looks like you would never want to be around him.
You never saw Beyond Thunderdome, did you?
You know he has one gray eye and one brown eye?
Max?
Yes.
That makes him Mad Max.
It's really scary.
Mad Max.
Scary.
Mad Max Scherzer.
The guy's a monster.
Mad Max. You guys, if you've seen the Road War and Beyond Thunderdome, you know what I'm talking about. Mad Max.
Oh yeah, and he's pitching in DC tomorrow. Yeah, so that's kind of like
it's a homecoming.
He's coming back.
Yeah.
Place where he won a ring.
He won a ring here. So yeah, he's gonna want to say
he's probably gonna be kind of
I'd say he's gonna be jacked up for that. I think Mad Max gonna make it.
He pitches well.
I think great. So all right, we have to do this one part because I'm not doing my job if I don't. The shit sucks. That other team we talk about on this show regularly are in a nosedive. They did win today 7-2 against the Guardians. Yeah, the Guardians. So they are currently.
No, they beat the Brewers.
Oh, the Brewers. All right. Well, the Brewers are a solid team.
The Brewers are
they're a solid team. So the.
Where are we going with this?
I don't know where I'm going with it because honestly, I'm trying to find a positive. Here's the positive. Xander Bogaerts, who was an all-star, who to me represents everything that the Red Sox are supposed to be about, came out this week, just actually a couple days ago, and was basically sent a message to the front office saying, keep the band together. Bring us all back. Bring me back. Bring Devers back. Keep the band together. That was the first positive thing I've heard come out of anything around that team in about 2.5 weeks, since the All-Star break, basically. So that gives me hope. At least I know that he wants to stay. And I think people in that locker room want to stay. But they also want to feel like they're wanted. Okay? We're not going to delve too deep into this in terms of what I heard while I was up there. But I hope it's not true. Just that they did win today. They're still mathematically, there's a long way to go in this season. If I don't know what the story is with Sale's finger, how long he's going to be out. But
that's a big blow.
That's a big blow. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but they got to find a way to get him back. The trade deadline is on August 2nd. I am praying to God this rumor that he heard about J.D. Martinez going to the Mets is not true. Because unless they're getting the Mets ace or something, or the second starter.
I didn't hear that he was going, but that's a deal that's being
because if you're going to trade an all-star and you're mathematically alive for the while, you don't do that. Not get an all-star in return or something. If you're trading hitting for pitching, okay, you better get a damn good pitcher in return. I don't think the Mets are willing to part. Yeah, well, you don't trade an all-star for prospects.
Hold on.
That's suicide.
You might get a couple prospects, and you might get a left-handed pitcher, David Peterson, who has been he's been in and out of our rotation.
Yeah.
This year he was in the rotation because of injuries, but he's a lefty. I would love one of those.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you. Yeah. But he's a lefty.
Yeah.
And he's a big leaguer. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know that you'd be happy with the results.
I am not. If I'm in a wild card race.
So you think they still have a chance?
I don't. Yeah, if they're healthy. Look at. I don't. Here's the thing, and you know this. I actually I don't. It depends on if what I heard is true or not, which I don't know. But here's the thing: if I'm in this race and these teams are all going to beat each other up, I don't think one team's going to pull away from the others. They're
outside of the Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees. That's a different. The Yankees have a. They're off. I'm not talking about the Yankees. I'm talking about Baltimore. I'm talking about Toronto. I'm talking about Tampa Bay. And I'm talking about a few other teams. And they're all. There's like 6 or 7 teams in Seattle. They're in this mix. Yeah. So I think they're going to be jumbling. It's August 1st is tomorrow. There's still 8 weeks to go in the regular season. A lot can happen in 8 weeks. So I'm not as mad as I am at them. Mainly the front office. Okay. The injuries are not their fault. That happens.
Dude, but their August schedule is hideous.
When does the 6-week hell end? We're in week 3 now, right?
I think we're in week 3.
Okay.
And guess what it is this week?
Who?
3 against Houston. You start this week off 3 at Houston.
At Houston. Yeah,
okay, then you get a little reprieve. You get 4 with KC. At KC.
Is KC under 500?
Yeah.
Okay, there's finally a team under 500.
Okay, then you come home 2 with Atlanta, which I pray y'all win.
Oh, you need us to win.
You have 1 random game with Baltimore, then 3 with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Here's what I found.
So I think it ends right there.
Well, let's hope it ends right there.
Because then you have 3 with the Pirates.
So you have 3 with Kansas City come up after 3 with
You have
Houston.
4 with Kansas City.
Oh, well, they better win all damn 4 of those because honestly, if they have to do that. They're in desperation mode right now.
Kansas City just beat the Yankees today. So it's like it's tough to sweep a 4-game series.
It is very tough to sweep, but the Red Sox need to.
They do.
The Yankees didn't need to sweep them. The Yankees are so far. The Yankees are 11.5 up on the Jays. They are only 2.5 up now on, as we talked about earlier, the Astros. So the Astros are nipping at their heels. So the Yankees have to keep winning because you want to get home field throughout the playoffs. Yeah. So you can't just give that to Houston.
Division locked up, right?
The division's I can't see.
Done,
Look,
right?
Toronto's a tough team, but 11.5 games. Something injury-wise would have to happen, I think, for that to happen.
Like Judge go down.
Yeah, somebody major for the Yankees for that to really.
Judge.
Probably Judge, yeah. So, I mean, that a major or catastrophe injury aside, the Yankees, I think, will still win that division. Toronto might get to 7 or maybe 6, but they ain't going to catch them.
All right, so let's look at Toronto's schedule over these next couple weeks.
Good.
2 with Tampa, 4 with Minnesota this week.
Yeah, Minnesota's in first place.
I mean, those aren't easy games.
No.
Then they go 3 with Baltimore.
Yep, that's not easy.
3 with Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
3 with Baltimore, and then 4 with the Yankees. So
Toronto's going to be
to your point. I don't think they can pull away.
I'm telling you, they're all going to beat each other up.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
They all have hard schedules.
They all have
the whole division.
Hard. I mean, look. Cleveland is 1 game behind Minnesota for the Central League. Okay.
Cleveland's a good team.
Cleveland's a good team. I mean, the Mariners are creeping. They're 5-7 games old. They're a pretty good team. So I mean, if you
the Mariners just got Luis Castillo,
and the freaking lo and behold, the Chicago White Sox have come out of nowhere. They're now 1 game old. They're only 2 back of Minnesota for the Central League. Where the fuck did the Chicago White Sox come from?
But
it's like what the hell? What happened there? But now here they are. So there's division races.
Who's managing them?
No.
Tony La Russa.
I should have.
Old as the hills.
Well, he's
drunk as the hills.
I like that.
Yeah,
nobody likes to quit.
Well, I think he got a DUI or something. He had some stuff happen. He's a weird one.
I got a DUI in college.
Yeah. No, I mean, did you?
I did. I wasn't drunk though.
I think he got a DUI when he was like 50.
I wasn't drunk as in 0.8. You blow your. That's 2 beers basically.
Yeah, you got 0.08.
I had 0.9. 0.09.
Oh, I thought you said 0.9. I'm he was drunk.
I'd be dead. No, I was 0.09. So legally, I was over the limit, which means I had 2. If you have 2 strong, like a normal beer is like 4.5.
I guess you're right. I mean, a
2 beers is
can
not
happen to a lot of people.
It can if it's all it takes is 0.8. I mean, if you're a smaller person who doesn't drink, you could be buzzed after 2 beers. Yeah. If you're 6'4", 225 pounds, with a track record for getting after it on the weekend, and whenever he finds an excuse, so I'm just being honest. But
that was a very vulnerable moment sharing the DUI.
I was in college.
Yeah,
I made a mistake.
Right.
I mean, I should not have. I had 2 beers, and the guy was like, "Why did you?" I bent. Here's the problem. Back when you'll laugh at this. We still had cassette tapes, so I had bent over to pick up a cassette tape. And when I did this with the wheel, so I swerved a little bit. And that's why he pulled me over. And I'm like, if I didn't bend over to pick
you
up
were
that
drunk.
tape,
Because you were drunk.
I was. Actually, when I rolled in the window, my pants were on my head. So just so you know, and that's probably why he made me. Well, I didn't have to get out of the car right away.
Shut up.
Put my pants back on. But anyway, so anyway, that's the end of that. But that was, that was.
How
30,
did we get on DUS?
because
we
of
started
La
talking about
Russa.
the Central.
Because the Chicago White Sox,
Yeah.
who you and I weren't even looking at 2 weeks ago, right? 3
Well, the
weeks
whole
ago.
AL Central is weird. Do you think they're all kind of good?
No, because Detroit and KC are both 20 games below 500.
But
If you're that far
do you
below
think?
500,
But do you think Cleveland, Minnesota, and Chicago are good teams, or are they just like fluttering because that division stinks?
I don't think they're as good as the top 3 in the AL East. I don't think they're as good as Toronto or Tampa Bay or the Yankees.
No,
not right now at the moment. I don't.
but
That could
do they
change.
have similar records? Or
No, well, they do, but the thing is, like, actually, Minnesota, if they were in the AL East, would be in 4th place.
And they're in first.
And they're in first.
So what? They would be
Cleveland,
above the Red Sox?
They'd be above the Red Sox. They'd be barely above Baltimore
Okay.
by like 1-2 games.
And that's a strong take.
The Cleveland is 1 game behind them. Exactly. So, I mean, but the point is, you've got 3 teams fighting for a division that are all within 2 games of each other. So they're not tank. I'll tell you this, Chicago White Sox aren't tanking shit. They got a shot at this thing.
Oh, yeah,
okay, the point is that there's more teams in this. You can win the division. Like, again, those 2 teams probably won't make a wild card, but they can win the division. They can win the damn division. So, I mean, the thing is,
none of them will win a wild card.
No, but one of them is going to win that division. And right now, there's 3 teams. 2 games separate 3 teams.
And once you get in.
Once you get in, anything can happen. The bottom line is that, especially in baseball, anything can happen. So I'm just saying that.
Do you think baseball is more like that than any other sport?
I think hockey and baseball are 1 and 2 in that.
You think so?
Yeah. And then football is 3. The NBA is 4. I mean, NBA is usually the better team.
Yeah, I agree with
Barring, like, I mean, it could be an injury or it could be, something stupid like with the Celtics where they just did stupid shit. Because they were probably a year early, for being honest, in terms of their maturity. They haven't learned how to win like that.
Well,
so fundamental, and again, I complained about them losing like a JV team, and they certainly did. But it would be disrespectful to the Golden State Warriors, who good teams take advantage of your mistakes. The Patriots would write books on it. So I'm not going to begrudge. You can't have it one way, not the other. I can't say that about the Patriots, but then like dismiss it with Golden State. That's not fair. Mm-hmm. Okay, Golden State was a good team, and they had the horses. And I said before that series that if Milwaukee was healthy, Milwaukee would have been able to take advantage. They didn't have enough firepower to take advantage of it. If Miami had Tyler Hero, they would have been able. Either one of both those series went 7 games, mind you. Okay, so the Celtics got by on their talent because they don't do fundamentals, and they got this false sense of security that our talent will overcome that. And they found out when they played against healthy, no, it can't. No, it can't, because it couldn't, because Golden State won 3 in a row. No, it can't.
No, it can't.
Fundamentals still wins, ladies and gentlemen. It's still
Fundies.
Fundies still trumps talent. And that's
you
true.
got fundies in your undies or what?
I'm not even going to respond.
Sorry. All right,
Is
where
that-
the hell were we?
We were talking about the Chicago.
Jeez, we got so far left.
We were talking about the AL Central, which is turned into a Donnybrook. And it's a 3-team race. It's a legitimate 3-team race.
It's a legit 3-team race.
And that means there's just one more rooster in the hen house, which means the toughest. So you were saying everybody's schedule is tough. Yeah, well, they just got tougher because now you can add the Chicago White Sox to a team that's going to have to deal with. So that's what I was I was backing your point. Is what I was trying to do.
I don't know that Toronto where y'all play the White Sox much rest of the year.
Somebody does. Maybe the Yankees do. Maybe the Astros do.
The Yankees.
Maybe the Astros do. I mean, there's a lot of ways this can factor in. Okay, so what I'm saying is when you have more teams in it, that there's more important games at the end of the season.
One of these nights we're gonna have to look at the better league.
Sure.
Because I don't think I've really looked at the whole.
Well, there have been so
league.
many like.
if we go by the All-Star game, it's the American League.
Well, they've won 9 in a row, but what is that? I mean.
But
they haven't won the World Series every year, though.
Well, the NL is winning more World Series.
Yeah, so I mean,
Did you hear?
I'm trying to ignore it, Tom.
Thank you.
That was his welcome back.
Hopefully the mic didn't pick it up.
I hope the mic did.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pick my voice up, but
if my
little
feet,
flatulence comes through, and it's
if my feet. Well, Anthony burped earlier.
illegal ears.
There you go. So it's all. You know what it is? It's this
It's the
shit.
Diet
It's
Pepsi.
the double bubble Burpa-Cola.
Did you just say it's Pepsi?
That too. Yeah. Anyway, we
Did you
will.
say it's Pepsi?
we will definitely have a night where we break down both leagues. I mean, in terms of what we think is the better. We'll do that.
Bada bing.
It's not going to be tonight. We're going to end this baseball segment. We'll come back for segment 2. Segment 2, okay, is going to involve the football. We have football. We have training camp.
Can I get my critiques?
Actually, we'll start with that.
Okay.
Segment 2 will start. Tom is going to critique our guest hosts. Well, the adults. We'll leave the kids out. But,
I haven't watched the kids.
No, you really, you haven't seen them yet, so it's not. But you can definitely critique the 4 adults. Oh yeah, and so you guys, when you see this, oh yeah, it's on because now the master, you were in his seat, and now he's going to judge you. You were keeping it warm. Now let's see what he has to say.
They did well.
I think
it's going to be positive.
I think they did all right.
It's going to be a positive.
But you have to pick one.
I've got to pick the best host.
You're going to rate them. So there's clearly you're not going to all rate them the same.
You know what it's going to come out?
You're not going to rate them all the
Which
same.
one of you sons of bitches am I going to see?
That's a good point.
You want to be voted the best, you got to come down more.
Sean Darcy will start tailgating.
I think John would win that.
John would definitely.
John's going to win.
John will win that in a heartbeat.
But I can't give John best host.
No, you don't have to. Like I said, you rate them as you see them. They were in your seat. How did they do?
I know who the best one was.
I know you know. So we'll be back with that, and then we're gonna delve into football training camp. In fact, preseason games start, I believe, this week.
Is the Hall of Fame game this weekend?
I think it's first. I think that starts. I think it's.
That's
We'll
a
check.
Saturday night game,
We're gonna
right?
check the schedule. Yeah, I think it's Saturday night. So preseason football starts.
Yeah,
this
we're
week.
gonna do fantasy football draft soon.
Yes, we are. And we got
I'm getting excited.
it's gonna be good.
I wonder if we should record some of that.
Oh, we will definitely
That would
record
be-
some of that. That'll be
That would
epic.
be pretty fun.
Hell yeah! Who wouldn't want to see that? A bunch of drunken,
Oh man!
belligerent idiots.
If we would have recorded last year's,
Oh, my
we would have
God.
had the scandal
of the century. Would have.
First pick.
Yeah,
This man, scandalous.
it was set up. For me.
Scandalous.
I was framed.
Okay, we're not going to get into that
was
now.
framed.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you on the other side. Get a beer. Get a dessert. The wife's asleep. Grab a dessert. We'll talk to you in a bit.